Welcome to my apartment. The past month I've been traveling and I wanted to share with you what's in my fridge because there's a lot. Let's start from this. It's not super organized either, but okay, here we go. Here's the vegan cream cheese alternative. It's not bad actually. I baked some waffles here with protein powder using PB2. And I still have some bananas, one and a half. I have organic 3-grain tempeh that I've been using quite a bit. I love this. It's such a great source of protein. Here in this tray, I have some protein bites that I made myself, mixing almond butter, peanut butter powder, and some dates, and covering it in melted chocolate with some peanuts. I have quite a bit. I have some yeast and crackers in the back. Okay, the second shelf doesn't pull out, so we're gonna have to just make do. Here I have cheese from Costco, Havarti cheese slices. It's a great melting cheese. I have my cat's food, a sad tomato that I'm going to use for sauce at some point. Here I have some bars that I made with some fruit. They're absolutely delicious. So the base is pistachio and walnut with a little bit of flour, and then the topping is blueberries and raspberries. Then I have here, it's a mix of collard greens, peppers, beet like leaves, and all like in a stir fry. Then I have a container with sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. Here on this shelf I have organic Greek yogurt from Costco. Here I have one more remaining tofu pizza. So it's a tofu slice with some mushrooms, some rice mix, and cheese on top. I put it in a toaster oven for about 2 minutes. It's absolutely delicious. Here I have some salmon, smoked salmon. This is wild caught from Costco. Kimchi in the bag. Honey. And then here I have something already, some vegetables chopped. This is red onion and celery. This is waiting for a tuna salad, which I'm not yet ready because there's a lot of food still left. In this container I have a salad. This is kale salad with Parmesan cheese, slivered almonds, pepitas, and some dry cranberries with light homemade lemon sauce. Okay, let's move on. Obviously I have eggs here. These are all store-bought. Unfortunately I don't have access to regular eggs that I would buy. Alright, then I made yesterday some avocado, or other, what do you call it? That word just flew out of my head. Okay, well, it's an avocado mix with onions and tomatoes. The dip that you typically like put tortillas in. I can't remember. It's delicious. I also made it at home. And here I have homemade pesto, arugula pesto. If you guys know Caitlin Shoemaker, this is her recipe that I made. I'll try to find it, but look how delicious it looks. Amazing. And I use it as a topping or for vegetables. So I make just vegetables and I just mix it as a kind of dressing. Here I have some roasted cauliflower. Look how delicious it is. So to reheat it, I will put it in the toaster oven and it will make it a little bit kind of hard on the outside. I'm forgetting all the words today. I don't know why. Okay, then I have some baby spinach. Almost. Here I have boiled beets, and they're already peeled. And this will go into a walnut beet salad. It's a Russian recipe. And in this big container, I have a crazy chicken mix. I usually don't buy chicken, but I bought it this time because it was on a huge sale. And I made, it turned out very dry, so I had to incorporate it into just some kind of a different dish. So I made this casserole, and it has a vegan cashew sauce with some rice. It also has beans and cheese and also a couple of other ingredients, spices. There's some eggplant and lentils, so it's a mixture of stuff. And it was absolutely delicious. I don't know, like sometimes you make something and you don't really like it, but you don't want to waste it, so you have to incorporate it into other recipes. And so this was a very successful incorporation of a recipe. Okay, and then here I got a couple of items. Some peppers, carrots, green onions, regular onions, avocados, lemons. And so it's a lot of already cooked food. And then also here I got some butter. This is stone ground mustard, horseradish, cream style. I have some leftover miso in this container. This is some Parmesan cheese, garlic, and behind mayo, couple of lemons, strawberry jam. This is curry, yellow curry. I have some rosemary here, balsamic vinegar. This is my sourdough starter. This is a couple of slices of my sourdough bread that I made quite a while ago, so I keep it in the fridge and it's still good. Avocados. Here I have a couple of mushrooms. The cider that I didn't like, so it's been sitting here. Soy sauce right here. Oat milk. And in my freezer, I don't have that much. So in my freezer I have patties. This is ginger, frozen ginger. These are jalapenos, frozen jalapenos. These are Thai-style vegetable gyros from Trader Joe's. This gigantic bag has mixed vegetables. This is some leftover frozen bread that I need to defrost and eat. Some corn and 2 patties. These are the bean patties. So, and also today I baked some bread. This is made from rye and white flour. So I was tasting it here with some butter. And it came out great. Okay, I think this is it. going to show you some of the items that I have on my shelves. This is the only storage in this apartment, but it's quite large. You can see it's like a whole cabinet, but let's just take a look. All right, here I have some organic dried cranberries from Trader Joe's. I add them to my salads, and I also use them to make my own granola. Here's my Gaviscon must-have. This is a liquid anti-acid. Here I have some toasted sesame seeds, 2 pounds, and I use them to make everything but the bagel seasoning that I used to buy at Trader Joe's, but now I just make it myself. And I also use these to bake bread. I like sesame bread. Then I have this popping corn, and together with that I have my trusted silicone popcorn maker. It's kind of it has perforated top. You put this popcorn there with some coconut oil and salt, and put it in a microwave for 3 minutes. It makes amazing popcorn. Here I have 40 Flora for my cat. He likes this stuff a lot. Some stuff for me. I have my iron supplements. I was deficient in iron, so I had to take this. Ibuprofen, my cat's Apoquel, which is an allergy medication. CBD oil that I take for insomnia. Probiotic. Here I have organic toasted sesame oil, and that I use in salads. I have a couple of ginger and turmeric capsules that I use either in recipes or the supplement. My cat's gabapentin. Here's my tea, ashwagandha and turmeric. And it's funny that they didn't spell it correctly on the title, but they did spell it in the ingredients. All right, let's see what else. Cabinet, not super organized, but let's see. Here I have my roasted and salted peanuts. This is the remnant of the granola that I made. Just a bunch of nuts, seeds, etc. Baking soda is right here. Some almond butter. And I have baking powder in the back for pancakes or any other baked goods. Okay, here I have some rolled oats. And then I have my PB2 powder. It's protein type of powder. Basically, it's ground up peanuts that have been dehydrated, and I believe they have taken out some of the fats. So I add this to my Greek yogurt for enhanced protein. Then here's my coconut oil. I have some organic sprouted pumpkin seeds with some sea salt. This is my this is my another probiotic rather. And I should put it on top. Here's what I have. chia seeds. I use it as a substitute for egg in baking and addition to my granola. And then I have some organic coconut flakes. Next shelf is there's some nuts, Oregon hazelnuts here. In the back, this is rye flour that I use for baking. This is heart-healthy mixed nuts. And so it has almonds, walnuts, dry roasted hazelnuts, pistachios, and it's also no salt. Here I have my yellow grits. I've had them for a while. So in the back is a bag of tea bags that I brought from home, and this is my Brazil nuts. Okay, here I have organic whole cashews. In this bag I store a bunch of snacks. I have some Kind bars, and this is mostly related to hiking. I also have a descaler for my coffee machine, my espresso machine, and a water filter for my water pitcher. And in this bag I have a bunch of stuff actually. I have my allergy medications. This is a nut bag to make oat milk or almond milk. Here I have also my little waffle maker that I bring. I usually bring it, so it's not in the best shape, but it makes little waffles. And then I have my silicone cups. These are little for cupcakes. I also bring them, they're so portable. I like to bring them with me. And then here's my other cabinet. There's a bunch of stuff here as well. On top is my cooler bag with 2 containers where I store flour. Then I have walnut baking pieces, a little bit of pistachios, caramel rice cakes, some raw almonds, raisins, these are almonds with garlic, herb, and olive oil. Now on this shelf I have my mixture that I make for like an everything bagel. Then I have my paprika. Here's some nutritional yeast. I have granulated garlic for Costco. This is garlic mincer. This is a silicone attachment that I use to fill smaller bottles like this. Then from the spices I have basil, onion, minced garlic. This is thyme leaves. This is oregano. Here I have some chili powder, and this is garbanzo beans. In the back here I have these rice cakes thins. They're much thinner than usual ones. I have a couple of teas here. And in the back are 2 cans of beans, red beans and pinto beans. This is a section where I have more nutritional yeast, coconut milk, a couple of cans of beans, black beans and pinto beans, some granulated sugar, and then a flaxseed meal. Then I have albacore wild tuna, full 6 cans. Here on the bottom I have some dried cat food, medjool dates, brown sugar. Here I have some organic red lentils. In the bag I have buckwheat. It's very traditional to have buckwheat. In Belarus and Russia, former USSR countries, we have buckwheat all the time. This is collagen. And then I have cacao powder, some poppy seeds for baking. Then I have organic cinnamon from Costco. More cacao powder, this one is still unopened. A whole bunch of other things, spices in this container, as you can see. Then I have wild caught sardines and some pure vanilla in this section here. So, and the last section is here. Here it's a kind of a mess, but some wine. This is actually a bottle that I've been drinking from Trader Joe's, really good. I really like. Then there's some cups and other stuff. Grapefruits. And then here I have my turmeric, some organic oregano. This is extra virgin olive oil from Costco. And then I got this as an interesting one, shiitake mushroom crisps. They're not the best for you. They're really delicious and a great alternative to chips. So it's interesting because they have they're pretty high in calories. So I assume they have a lot of oil, and they use vegetable oils. So not an ideal, healthy kind of food, but it's very delicious, crunchy, and so if you're looking for alternative to chips, this is great. Some makeup, and then I have these bags. Of nuts. This is something that I just basically take with me if I I store it maybe in the car or something. High calories, but good to have. And then that's really it. Everything else is from the landlord. Yeah, so that's what I got.